Welcome, sir. Everybody, once again, I'll share with you. I know we all are really excited. Content creation is something everybody wants to understand, to amplify. But that excitement... Mr. Devendra Deshpande, CEO of Friday Filmworks with us. And once again, I'd like to say, let's show some energy because it's now time that we're going to deep dive into a very interesting conversation. Welcome, sir. I'll request our moderator wants to welcome our speakers as well. Welcome, sir, once again. We're really looking forward to the insights. Indeed, a very interesting session. And would love to understand how this entire thing is operated. And I'm sure you all are really excited. Over to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So this is a very interesting session today that we are having because the guests today, you might have seen all their works. And this is not just about content creation in particular. This is about the larger scheme of things, the change that is happening in the country, the AVGC XR revolution that is gripping India, the AI revolution that is gripping India in all spheres, in business, in technology, and in content creation. So the guest today with me, I'd just like to introduce Mr. Devendra Deshpande. He is the CEO of Friday Filmworks. So he's the man behind movies like A Wednesday, Special 26, Baby, MSD. So Friday Filmworks has been at the forefront of all the amazing thrillers, many of the amazing thrillers that has come recently, and the viewers and audience have been mesmerized by them. Thank you so much, Devendra, for joining, and please share an introduction if I missed something.
No. So I can't take credit for all the work that he's mentioned, but yes, I'm a part of the company, that churned out that work. I joined them 7 years back, and yeah, since then, been a part of some lovely projects that we have churned out. Thanks.
Thank you so much. We have Mr. C.V. Rao. He is the Chief Technology Officer of Annapurna Studios. Now, the Annapurna Studios has produced movies like Bahubali.
Yeah, hi, Andarki Namaskaram. Good morning to everyone. Let me introduce myself. Okay, that will be good. I'm C.V. Rao. I'm Chief Technology Officer in Annapurna Studios. I think there are very minimal people in the auditorium, I think, from the film industry. May I know how many are they from the film industry? I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and Muthu sir. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, it will be very interesting. I'm happy to be here. This is the first time I'm coming to TiE Global Summit. It's very, very interesting, and thanks to the organizers, especially like Shalini, who reached out to me and asked to come here. Even though we are very busy now delivering a couple of projects for this week release, I had to come here because to meet all the people and share the knowledge. So yes, Annapurna Studios has been into film industry for over 50 years. It's founded by Dr. Akkineni Nageshwar Rao. He's a legendary actor. He acted in more than 456 feature films in southern part of languages. Now he's headed by Akkineni Nagarjuna. You must be knowing he's a very popular actor in India. So we are one of the leading the film production studio in India. So we have different verticals. We produce feature films, we produce OTT content, and we have Film Academy because the talent is very, very important for the film industry, right? Sometimes infra, you can go for the loans to raise the funds, or like you can invite the investors to gather the funds to buy the infra. But what about the team? Team is so crucial, right? The team is the one who operates the infrastructure and make it run and make it successful. So that's keeping that in mind, we have started Film College, generating the talent, for different verticals like direction, the scripting, the visual effects, and the cinematography. All that is one vertical we have, and we also have post-production studio. It's one of the leading studio in India. We handled like Bahubali, RRR, Pushpa. Now we are handling Varanasi currently, and Rajasthan also is coming this Friday. And also, like, we always will be in the forefront to bring the new technology to India. So during COVID, everyone, most of filmmakers, they were afraid to go to the location and shoot films. Then we have thought of like, is there any technology that we bring to our studio where filmmaker can come to our studio, shoot their film within the studio itself, not traveling outside, not traveling to any location. That's where we got into LED virtual production. So that is one of the largest virtual production stage in India. So now the COVID is nowhere and people are still prefer to go to location and shoot. And we are still promoting the technology. There are filmmakers who is coming and shooting on LED virtual production stage. And also recently we have come up with motion capture technology. You may be wondering how come you are bringing motion capture technology, this AI, because AI is growing day to day, and why do you need it? But the filmmakers, some filmmakers, they are very particular about getting precise information for their feature films. It's not like AI. Will it listen to you? It may listen to you once or twice, not many times. But the filmmakers, they want to do more iterations to get the quality, to get what they want. So that's always like the motion capture technology will give very precise information. Recently, we shot a couple of sequences for the movie called Varanasi. And there are many filmmakers coming forward to use the technology. So this is a bit of story of Annapurna Studios.
Sure. Thank you so much, CV sir, for joining us today. So the first question is to both of you. And so technology has been around for many decades now. When you talk about storytelling, in 1930s, sound became quite popular. In 1950s, color became quite popular because prior to that, it was all black and white. 1990s, it was all about CGIs with Jurassic Park and all the movies. So what the current wave of AI or the emerging technologies, what is different about this wave? So Dave, would you like to take a stab first?
Sure. So, technology has always been a catalyst in good storytelling. And that's exactly how we also see AI, right? So it's a catalyst for a lot of things. It's made storyboarding easier for, some of the emerging production houses who will go through the conventional stages of, storytelling. Storytelling essentially is a 12, 13-step process, right? So at every step, I mean, if you start from concept, scripting, pre-production, visualization, production, technology will play its own role in everything. But it's always, as a catalyst, it's always collaborative. I don't see it as competitive right now, the way it's, you keep on hearing those terms. Yeah.
CV?
Yeah, I have a different take on this because people are thinking AI is going to damage the job securities and all those things. They won't get jobs like that. But what we feel as a studio, it is really helping us because before AI, to get one storyboard for any scene for the filmmaker, we used to take like a week or 2 weeks. But today, we won't take more than a day. But it depends on what kind of prompt you are giving, okay? That means we are looking for AI prompting engineers, right? There was no job like this before AI. That means it is creating a new opportunities for the new talent. Today, recently, last week, we had one post on LinkedIn for some recruitment asking for AI prompting engineers in creative industry. We hardly get any resumes because when they go for engineering, they will pursue some other fields, not the creative industry. So for the engineers, there is who is good in like the coding, the programming. There are many opportunities in film industry. and we need it, actually. So the way we use AI for our films, people will never find whether it is being generated using AI or not. But are we completely creating the full clip in AI? No. So we mostly generate the matte paintings for the background extensions. It is very, very useful for us. Sometimes we try to generate a video where you can match to the live scene. Say, for example, if you want to establish any shot in center of the sea, in islands, you can easily get it. But are you getting 4K? But it's not. But there are tools where you can upscale to 4K and match to the film resolution. So this is very, very useful for us.
Right. This is very interesting, like the intersection of technology and creativity that we are at. I think some amazing things are bound to happen. Dave, this question is to you. You have been leveraging technology in a lot of spheres. Where do you think the change would, the biggest change would come? Is it going to be writing? Is it going to be production, post-production? Where the biggest technology is going to be leveraged?
I think the biggest change, the outcome will be on the time, the output, right? So right from script to screen, as I was saying earlier, that technology will play a different role at every given stage. And finally, it will culminate into, faster output of the process. For instance, we are just launching a show, and let me just do my own self-marketing for that, because that really is going to be dropped tomorrow. But it's essentially a show on customs and smuggling. It's called Taskari. It's a big scale show. We shot it across 5 countries. And there is a lot of VFX, CGI, but end to end, the output has been generated in less than 12 months.
Wow.
Right? Which could have been quite unimaginable, sometimes. Of course, it also has to do with, your own internal processes, faster output, managing tighter schedules, ensuring, a lot of other stages. But having said that, a lot of VFX, etc., which would take a lot of time a few years back, is much faster now. So yeah.
Interesting. And I think I just had the privilege of watching a teaser of that show.
That was a trailer that I showed
That was a
yeah.
trailer of the show, and it's amazing. It's going to be very soon live on Netflix, I believe.
Yeah.
This question is now to both of you, that there has been a talk about technology and creativity. People are saying that creativity khatam ho jayegi. Creativity is going to be hampered because of AI or the emerging technology that is going to come. We have seen recently that there are certain shows that are shot completely with the help of AI. So where do you see this happening? Like, is there some intersection, some marriage that is possible between creativity and technology? Or do you think that it's going to hamper creativity for good?
No, Raunak. The new generation, basically the way they think, that they visualize using the technology. So imagine like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, if any new talent wants to come to film industry, they used to go to a lot of steps, basically, If they want to prove their talent, they had to produce any short film or a documentary, which they can show to the production houses and get the opportunity. That means they had to spend money. Some people will have money, some people won't have money, right, to produce the videos. But today, the new talent, do they really need to have money to produce a short film, to direct a short film? No. They just need to have one laptop. They just need to know how to use AI tools today. Okay? It's that simple. That means it's giving a lot of opportunities for the new generation to come to the creative industry. That's one. So, and the current generation, whoever the filmmakers in the market today, so they are hiring assistant directors who has knowledge in AI particularly. The reason, they want to see their scene immediately on the paper, in the video, as a video format, as a storyboard format. They want to see the scene mood, okay, how it is going to look, how my film is going to look. So for that, the new generation is coming to the field, and the technology, the new technology is very, very useful for the filmmakers today. That means the new technology is helping the filmmakers.
Interesting.
So
Devendra,
can
what
I-
is your
yeah,
take?
Yeah. So, I mean, so what is creativity, right? Creativity is actually, in one line, it's expecting the unexpected, right? When you go to a movie, you suddenly are bowled over by the new story, or, by a sudden twist, or by a climax. Currently, if you look at just AI, it's basically predictive, right? It'll look at all the data that's already been there and, throw. So the point I'm trying to make is that when you talk about creativity, at best technology can be a catalyst, but can it take over creativity? Simple answer to that, as of today, is no. Right? You can't say that, okay, I've generated this script from AI and now let me put it into motion, because all the data points that are there in the script have already been there in some part of the, in some form or the other. And it's basically just rehashed of all of that. So yeah, my answer to that would be no.
Basically, AI will assist you like anything. I can say, instead of artificial intelligence, it's an assistant, very intelligent assistant for the filmmakers.
Intelligent assistant is a good take on that. So, CV, do you have an actual example where you feel that a technology actually changed a creative decision? In your own example, in the 450 plus movies that your studio has been part of, did a creative decision that actually technology changed?
No, the creative decision definitely depends on the captain of any film. So I'll take one example. Okay, recently Varanasi title announcement released. How many of you watched Varanasi title announcement video? And I think so. We have been working on the teaser, that title announcement video, for more than a year. And the first time I saw in color suit, I was just blown away. Oh my God, this is going to be next level. But frankly, we got 20% of feedback. People said, and they thought it's been generated using AI. That was very, very disappointed thing for us. Reason, not even one pixel in any frame is not generated using AI. Because director Mr. S.S. Rajamouli is Mr. Perfect in filmmaking. He never compromises. He does minimum 20 to 25 iterations. You all know that AI will not listen to you that many times. It will listen to you only once or twice. So everything is being created in 3D environment. That's the reason you see the 3D camera movements in each and every shot. The reason they have developed in 3D, because those assets will be there in the film. So it's like a combination of both. If you create 3D digital assets, that same can be created in, same can be used in film also going forward. So the creative decision, I don't think so it will change based on the technology. So the creative decision, so if any film director, when they write the script, okay, they spend a lot of time to finalize that scene. And the tools, he will decide what tool I have to use to make this scene. So the technology is only a helping tool for any filmmaker to meet his creative requirements.
Sure.
That's what my take is.
Sure.
I completely concur with what CV is saying. So just to answer that, technology makes you stick to the creative decision that you already have envisioned. So for instance, in a lot of our shows, the vision is always there, and we love to shoot in multiple locations. Sometimes there are sensitivities involved, sometimes there are permissions involved, and there might be a time that you might have to put up a scene in a hybrid manner. So for instance, 80% of it is in actual locations, but 20% you are taking help of technology to recreate some aspects where you have been unable to shoot. Could be the innermost areas of the airport, could be the parliament building, and I'm just making it up right now, but yeah. So technology basically helps you stick to your creative vision. It doesn't change.
Per se.
So to give another example, say, we did one ad commercial called Rado, so starring Katrina Kaif, right? Their idea was to travel to Dubai because the ad is basically, the script is happening in the desert, middle of the desert. Their idea was to travel to Dubai and shot there, because It was around like May, June. Just imagine the summer in Dubai in May, June, right? And they opted for virtual production. So the complete ad is shot on using virtual production in air condition, not on a hot sun. So technology will be useful like that. The filmmaker will decide what technology to be used.
So my next question is actually about virtual production because it's everywhere now, and you have been one of the pioneers.
It is not everywhere. It is only
It is about, and
few
you have
places.
been. It is going to be everywhere, I'm sure. And you have been one of the pioneers when you talk about virtual production. And we all have watched movies like Avatar, for example. In a recent survey, it says that 40% the reshoots can be reduced because of virtual production. So where do you think that the timelines, the budget, and all of these things are going to change with the rise of virtual production?
So virtual production will be very useful. Say, for example, if any filmmaker wants to shoot in a different location with limited budgets. Okay, if someone, any like director wants to shoot one scene in a coffee lounge, it's better to go to location and shoot. We don't recommend virtual production. Whereas if they want to shoot in 10 different locations in a day because they can't afford to travel to 10 different locations and different cities, that's where you can use virtual production. That means you can develop those locations in digital, basically Unreal. Unreal is the software. They can develop the digital assets, and that assets can be thrown on LED. And those 10 different locations, they can use it on the same day. They can finish the entire commercial within a day. Example, like in Rado commercial, we had 5 different sets. Okay, we have completed the shoot in less than 6 hours with main actors. That's how it will be helpful. So going forward, as I mentioned, so these new technologies will be followed by the new age filmmakers. Maybe I'm not sure how the experienced filmmakers, whether they are comfortable to use it or not, but the new age filmmakers who are coming out of the colleges, who wants to come from the from different sectors, they can opt for the new technologies where they can shoot their scripts, okay, with limited budgets, and they can prove their talent using the new technologies.
Sure. Dev, so we have talked a lot about data just before this session, that how data is impacting pretty much everything in the entertainment industry, the content distribution part of it. It is very popular saying that Netflix measures at whether a viewer can complete an episode in like 24 hours and all of that. Now, where do you think that there is a balance between data insights and creative decision? Because your distributor might demand something else, the data is saying something else, there's a creative freedom. And now with the rise of movies like Dhurandhar, for example, there is a lot of data that everyone would like to push, that whether there can be a second Dhurandhar that can come. So what are your thoughts on that?
So data is always in the hindsight. It can't be the foresight. See, content making, movie making, series, etc. is a very complicated process. It takes about 18 months. And in 18 months, the world changes, right? So you can't look at, some trends right now and then say that those trends are going to be the same after 18 months or after 2 years. I think that's a very myopic way to look at things. So that's one. Just to give you some example from our own kitty, I mean, today, if I were to say that, okay, we are making this movie, it's a thriller with 2 old actors, intuitively you would say that if it's a thriller, if it's old actors, then, we would rather have young actors in the thriller. But the movie I'm talking about is a Wednesday. So there was no data to say that in 2008, you could make a movie like A Wednesday, put it in theaters, and and it'll do well, right? Similarly, so on and so forth. I remember for one of our shows, the platform was quite against the casting, but we still went ahead with doing that because the character suited the actor, and the show I'm talking about is Special Ops. So on and so forth. So I'm saying data can always be, you can't look at, okay, currently this actor is doing well and let me cast. right? You will have to go to the basics with the story, the character, figure out who is the best talent. And look, I mean, all of us are finally betting, right? With all the data, with everything at disposal, at best, we have a 10-12% success ratio, right? The rest is all serendipity and lessons in learning. Yeah.
Sure. I think data is going to change all industries. Media and entertainment, of course, can't remain untouched. Now, this is a question which I have been thinking about a lot, which is about the intellectual property or the IP. See, in South Korea, for example, have produced something like Squid Games, and it has been immensely popular across the globe. They have created a strong IP around the same. There are Squid Games. It has taken over the phenomenon. Why do you think that probably India, despite of producing the most number of movies in terms of volume, hasn't been able to create much IP around the same, or maybe low on the IP front of it? This is a question to both of you, because you have been in this industry for quite a long, and what is your take on the same?
So for us, we are creating a lot of content for OTT also from South market. And we have a bigger challenge with the budgets. What they give is very, very limited, and they squeeze us like anything, right? That is one big challenge. So I hear the scripts now and then. They come up with larger than life ideas. The problem is with the budgets that we are still facing it. And also the marketing of the content, the title across India and across international markets. The Squid Games, they have done great marketing. Money Heist, they have done great marketing, right? And I believe there are good titles in India also, but where we are lagging is in the marketing front. So that has to really improve from our end. And also the OTT platforms, the bigger platforms, they have to allocate some good budget also. So Sacred Games is from our country only, right? So it has become very popular. And there are more titles are coming. From Telugu also, there are a couple of very good titles are being produced at the moment. I think we will get there one day, no doubt.
Dave?
So yeah, so Taskar is going to be that show, which will. But anyways, that's just on a jocular note. See, the answer to your question, honestly, Raunak, is I don't know. We don't know, right? We don't know which. So for instance, Squid Games, had anybody predicted that, it would even be so popular in India, or for that Money Heist, Narcos, which was a Spanish show, but consumed most in the English-speaking countries? Answer is no, right? And subsequently, because they gained popularity, the market expanded. They have been, marketed more aggressively. But I don't think anybody who, even when they were writing it, saw the first season, becoming so popular. So we don't know. Probably there is a show coming from India, which will soon, in the next couple of years, we will be talking about a global IP. But let me also tell you that nobody right now is writing with that intent, saying that, okay, you know what, this is the show. If I put in so many elements, it's going to become a global IP. Nobody has an answer to that question.
Sure. Now moving on to the future of technology. CV, this question is to you, because you have been the Chief Technology Officer of one of the most advanced and sophisticated post-production studios. Where do you think that, which part of post-production or overall production, content creation, would feel like that this has changed completely in next 5 years? Because we have seen AI coming in last 2.5 or 3 years. It has changed a lot of things. What do you think 5 years down the line it will completely feel that this is something entirely different?
So I've seen a big change 10 years ago. All films were being shot on using picture negative, right? And we have seen the change. Like, I was the one who was going around the market and asking the people to shoot using digital camera. They were completely resistant to shoot using digital camera. But today, there is no picture negative at all. Everyone is using digital cameras to click pictures, to shoot films. That was a big change. But I'm not sure whether that kind of change will come again in the film industry to create the content using the technology. AI will be there, and now I can say we are using like 4 to 5% in visual effects in the post-production. Going forward, maybe after 5 years, you may have 50% of AI usage in the filmmaking process. That's what I see, but not 100%, like from picture negative to completely to digital.
Yeah.
So, and also I want to add one more point. So, the OTT is becoming popular. At the same time, the people worry about theaters will not be there, but theaters will be there. And if you see the premium formats like IMAX, Dolby Cinema, 4DX, and ICE and Screen X, the reason the exhibitors are coming with premium formats because they want to pull the audience from home to theater. Because if they don't see the need to come out of home, they don't come out of home to the theaters for sure, because they can watch the film at their home theater, they can watch a lot of content on OTT. That's the reason exhibitors are coming up with new ideas, okay, to give new experience. So I want to add one point here. So the Dolby Cinema is the only one best available format to experience on audio and video in theater. So it was not available until 3 months before. Now they've started opening multiple screens across India. One is in Pune, and one is coming up in Hyderabad. That is one of the best screen in the world. If you guys ever come to Hyderabad next time, it is a must-seen screen in Hyderabad, that is in Kokapet, and one of the best screen in the world. And you will be amazed with the quality of visual and audio.
So I think Hyderabad has always amazed me, and you would be pleasantly surprised to know that in Rajasthan also, CV and we have a dedicated AVGC XR policy. It's about animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, extended reality, virtual reality. And the government of Rajasthan has recently in their budget announced 1,000 crore rupees specifically allocated for creating something like this production studios, and 4 cities have been identified and the work has already started. So you never know, in like 5 years down the line, you would see something really, like people talk about Hyderabad in terms of technology advancement. You would also see something of that sort happening in Rajasthan.
Great, great, Raunak. We'll be very happy to be supporting you guys to get there.
Absolutely.
1,000 crores is too less, huh? Let me also put it that way. So yeah,
these are baby steps in something that I would say. So the last question, I have been a movie buff, and like my worldview changed when I first watched Jurassic Park when I was pretty young. It was my first movie in a cinema hall, by the way, early 90s. Then there was movies like Avatar. Like it changed completely, like how the virtual production or something like CGI to virtual production. Now the one thing, that one line, if you can tell that if creativity and technology, they come together, what would the future of storytelling would look like? In one line, if you can just visualize the future.
We will do better than Avatar films in the future, together. And we have to really look at that level from India. Why not?
Of course.
Yeah, we'll get there with the technology and creativity.
You said technology and creativity, if they intersperse.
Yeah.
I think they've always been doing that, Raunak. I don't see anything changing as long as
the future of storytelling. How do you see?
No, absolutely. As long as creativity is at the forefront, technology will always be an enabler, right? But it can't be the other way around. That technology is at the forefront and creativity is the enabler. I don't see that happening. No. I mean, Jurassic Park, if you like it, I mean, it was a wow experience, right? There was a very strong story. Taking a DNA out from a mosquito. I mean, who would have even imagined that, right? Avatar was a very different world, but what do you remember about Avatar? It's just not about the visual effects. You remember the characters, right? So I think all of them had very, very strong essence. The heart was in the right place.
Absolutely.
The idea is very important to make the film. That plays a major role. Technology comes later, definitely.
So thank you so much. I think it has been a pleasure speaking with you, and a big round of applause for the eminent speakers that we had today. Any questions from the audience?
Yeah.
If someone can help with the mic.
Good afternoon, sir. So my name is Raunak Verma, and my question is for Mr. C.V. Rao. So most of the filmmakers who are used to traditional sets. So my question is for the theme of virtual production, which the question was raised in the earlier chat, and they are used to traditional sets. Now they have been veterans for over so long years. So how these creative and logistics shifts are they comfortable with? Because they happened to start their career when AI was not as prevalent as it is today. So that's the question.
Yeah, as I mentioned in my discussion, the new technology is being used only with the new age filmmakers. Okay, if you see that whatever the commercials and the feature films we shot using virtual production, they are all new age filmmakers. We have approached many people, many film directors, the producers to use the virtual production, but they are not comfortable to come to digital technology and use it. They want to go to the real location and shoot, right? But in very few people, if they want to shoot in multiple locations in one day, because they don't get actor to travel around for 10 days to do an ad commercial. At that time, they are basically forced to come to virtual production, and they are forced to develop the digital assets and use the technology. So it is taking time. It's not like it will take off just like that. It is taking time, but it will be there in the market.
Hello. Yes, sir. It's really, sure. It's really mesmerizing to see you both over here. And I have watched Bahubali and Wednesday. And now my question is that, now CV sir just told that you are having a school or college for new next gen to learn that. So being a North Indian and being in Jaipur, I just want to know that how we can send our, or how we can, what is the qualification or eligibility to reach to your school?
I think you need to have just +2. That's enough. You need to have an interest to come to creative industry.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a website called annapurnastudios.com. Okay. There you get all the details.
Okay.
So you need to submit the application. And if you have any like short film, short video, just upload that. Okay. And you will get a call from our team. From there, they will take it. They will guide you.
How many times one person can apply if one time he is rejected?
It is not that complicated. Basically, it will be much easier. There is no complication. You can apply like multiple times. I'm sure in 1 or 2 attempts you will get there. No, don't worry about it.
Okay, okay. And do you also have, sir, if you also have something like that where next gen can come and learn and help creating field?
No, so we have internships, and we always encourage.
So first learn from CV sir and then come for, help for you. And
No, if you
go
come to our college,
that's
we will take
one
you as
way.
intern also. We offer internship also because we have multiple verticals. Like I said, we have production, we produce films. We have post-production like visual effects, color, sound. And like that, we also take internships, not a problem.
Okay, it is a really vast field, and here in Jaipur at least, probably people don't know. That's why you don't see too many people related to the same field. So probably that, what should I say, that should be there. Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lead.
Yeah, we can talk offline also after the session. I think there is a time limitation.
Thank you so much for this wonderful panel. My name is Denise Zhou from Dubai as a charter member. I have 2 questions. In terms of the Bollywood and the Hollywood, how do you see the competition and your advantage as well as the collaboration as this AI era? Second question is, because Dubai, we are launching the tokenization hub, especially in the asset, the RWA program, real world asset. So the movie IP is a perfect asset to be as a fraction of ownership. So how do you see that field the potential to be the fraction ownership of the movie IP? And it's easier to raise funds and seeking investors. So these two questions. Okay. Thank you.
So your first question was on the collaboration between Bollywood and Hollywood.
Yes.
Okay.
And how does that evolve with this AI production new era?
Right.
How does that evolve?
I mean, there's always been an exchange of technology. So AI is a part of the technology, data is a part of technology, you know, VFX is a part of technology. So the collaboration has always been there. You know, there has been a lot of Marvel work, you know, backend which has been done in India by the Indian VFX studios, so on and so forth. But on a larger bit, on a studio collaboration, you know, because the boundaries are blurring, right? There are lots of movies from then, I won't call it Bollywood because then, you know, it's a term normally restricted for Hindi cinema. But, you know, if we talk about Indian cinema, okay, the boundaries are blurring, right? The audiences are becoming more and more global. There have been lots of mainstream Indian films, you know, which have been blockbusters in markets other than India, right? And there one sees a lot of collaboration, a lot of joint investment happening, you know, just so that the content finds a market and can travel much wider. Your second question, sorry, I didn't yeah, if you can repeat the second question quickly. No, you can just, yeah. I mean, we don't look at a fraction of ownership. I mean, either I own the IP or I don't own the IP. You know, I can't have a 25% marriage with someone, right? And the 75% is with somebody else, so no. Yeah.
Thank you for listening us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, speakers, for such an insightful conversation. I'm sure that we now understand more about this entire topic. I would request the moderator to please felicitate our speakers as well. I mean, for taking out time, for sharing the insight with so much of enthusiasm and passion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, CV sir. Thank you so much, Devendra sir. It's time that we, you know, put a huge round of applause and let them know that this entire session was not only insightful, but we're really grateful for the time they have given to us.